Hi YouTubers, it's Marcia. This is actually a response to tenashanicole. I hope I pronounced your name right. I didn't mean to butcher it if I didn't. It's a response to the Good Morning America interview that Chris Brown had. Um, Everybody is going on and on and on about this man. And I'm going to tell you my opinion. I mean, it doesn't matter, I'm just one person. But I just want you to consider one thing, and coming from a person that has been in an abusive relationship once, and it lasted for 2 years, and it was not fun, and there is nothing funny about domestic violence, nothing at all, but the simple fact remains, we are all human beings. Think about this one thing. What if you made one mistake? And it is different because Chris Brown is in the public eye. I do understand that, but I want you to consider yourself for a second. If you made a mistake and 2 years later, everybody you know, or it could feel like that, that's all they see you as, is that mistake. It is something to consider. I mean, being on the defensive about something you personally did that you're not proud of, it is a natural thing to do that. I don't take Chris Brown's attitude on this thing as being derogatory against women. I just don't. And like I said, I am a victim of domestic abuse, domestic battery. I was in a relationship several years ago with a guy, and it lasted. We were together for a year, and let me tell you, it took me almost that same amount of time to leave him. A year. He stalked me, ended up going to prison for 3 years. I mean, he got me fired off of a wonderful job, coming up to my job, harassing me, got into a fist fight. I ended up stabbing him in self-defense. I mean, but I've been through this, and I'm going to tell you something. I didn't hold on to that. It did not define me. It made me smarter. It made me very aware of red flags of myself and what was wrong with me to not catch, to draw that type of an attention to myself. I mean, I did soul searching, self, exploring. You can't. Yes, he did that to her. I don't know what happened that day. None of us were specifically there but those two. But I'm going to tell you something. It's never a woman's fault. A man is responsible for controlling himself. And if he doesn't, he needs to suffer the consequences. But it's not okay for one human to sit and point a finger at another human constantly, unless you're Jesus Christ and you're walking this earth as a perfect human being. And I don't think any of us are. So maybe if people let him go on with his life and make his music and do whatever he thinks he needs to do to reinvent himself as not a woman beater, so people will not say, oh, there's the woman beater. Chris Brown is a very talented young man. Let's not get it twisted. Yes, he beat up a bitch. Okay, he sure did. And a lot of other people beat up bitches and went on through life and wasn't persecuted the way that this man is still being persecuted after 2 years. Rihanna is not even persecuting this man like people all across America are. I mean, you just can't be that closed-minded to think that it's okay to continue beating somebody up. But of course it was wrong. Of course you hope that he learned his lesson, that there's enough women that he will come in contact with that they won't be so stupid as to be like, oh, that bitch deserved it. No, she didn't. I don't care. I don't agree with hitting men. If you hit a man, you're probably going to get your ass beat. I mean, that's what I would think. I'm just saying. And if you hit a man, the man should be man enough not to hit you back, but instead to separate himself from you and away from that situation and not return, really. I mean, because if one person does something one time and, oh, they're a woman beater, then what's to say that you're not going to get right back in a relationship with someone you think you know and, oh, they end up whooping your ass too because you have an anger problem that you can't control. I mean, people just don't know the ins and outs behind all these things, and you really have to And if you don't, it's kind of hard to sit back and judge, like I said, unless you're Jesus Christ himself. We are not to judge people like that. And I would hope that there would be enough people in my life to love me beyond. I don't care how horrible. Everybody needs somebody standing in their corner. And I hope Rihanna had a lot of people standing in her corner while this was going on. Can you imagine? I remember what it was like for me, even dealing with facing my parents. They're looking at me. You feel guilty. It doesn't matter if the man was wrong. You feel guilty as a woman for getting yourself into that situation. I had babies. My kids were born already. I really felt stupid, you know, for getting myself into that situation. Period. How could I, you know, allow myself to connect on such a deep level to where a person could end up abusing me? You know, I had a big knot on my eye from being hit with a car. The things I went through with that abusive relationship, it's not like I had some anger issues, you know, and he had temper issues. Out of control. You know, these men need to be raised right, and the women need to be raised right. And stay in a woman's place, stay in a man's place. And I'm biased about that attitude also, because women are having to be doing the man and the woman's job. Now, 7 times out of 10 nowadays, you're dealing with single parents, this, that, and the other. So a woman is used to being in that, you know, dominant position in her home, and it's hard to step into a submissive, if you will, position, you know, because a man walks in. So me currently now, I'm single. I've been single for a year, no dating or anything, because I know how hard it's going to be when I get back out there. So much to consider with my daughters. You know, you got men out here raping your babies and shit, trying to get in your home just to do that. So all kind of stuff going on, you know. But I just wanted to say that I don't think, I have my opinions about people just because you hear things like other people hear things. But, excuse me, it's coffee time. If I don't drink a cup of coffee, have my second coffee by 8 o'clock in the evening, I'll get a headache, sorry. But, yeah, I think that we can't hold a mistake against people their whole life. Let's hope Chris Brown is more than a woman beater. Come on. Let's pray that he's more than that. I mean, and let's pray that he runs into the right woman to whatever. Who knows? Sometimes all it takes is once, you never do it again. Or, you know how sometimes they say once a cheater, always a cheater. I don't know how it works with that kind of stuff. Excuse me, he's got anger problems. Hopefully he got them addressed. I'm sure it was court ordered to, you know. But, yeah. Let's pray for our brother and sister, Chris Brown and Rihanna. Let's just pray for them. Yeah. So, I hope I didn't hurt any feelings. Just my opinion. Yeah. Bye.